the Oratorical First Division, and I'm here to talk about the Oratorical. And for those of you who do not know, the Oratorical is where 9th, 10th, and 11th, and 12th graders can compete for scholarship. At our division level, we have a $700 scholarship, and the winner at division level goes on to department. At department, we have a $2,000 scholarship for first, second's $1,500, third is $1,100, and fourth is $500. The winner will go on to national. At national says because you won your department and you're willing to come on, we'll give you another $1,500 scholarship. There's 54 departments that compete at national level. When you compete at national level, the first quarterfinals is there's 9 contests. There's 6 contestants in each contest. The winner will go to semifinals. At semifinals, if you do not go past semifinals, you'll get another $1,500 scholarship. But if you go to finals, you will be assured of either $18,000, $16,000, or $14,000, depending on first, second, or third. What these young people have to do is speak 8 to 10 minutes on the duties of the citizen to the Constitution. That, I don't know if you've ever attended one, but these young people do an awesome job. Then they're given 4 assigned topics. They have to be able to speak 3 to 5 minutes on each one of them. But they will not know until 5 minutes before they go on what subject they will be talking on. This is truly an awesome opportunity for these young people to hold accountable when they grow up what our elected officials are supposed to be doing in the White House and the local government. So I hope y'all will find out more about this. I'm not going to talk very much longer because I know everybody's got to get going. But if you want any information, you may contact me. The commander also has the information. I'll be glad to talk to you about it. And I have lots of downloads I can send to you. I hope you'll help the Legion and the auxiliary work together. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm going to put it on the record. Yes.
I met Commander Holbrook up at Walmart at Gilmer a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. We were visiting, and they were, I think, registering folks to vote. And myself and Joe have been involved in Oath Keepers for a couple of years. We just wanted to kind of bring some attention to you guys about Oath Keepers and what we do. You may have heard of us, you may have not. You may have heard good, you may have heard bad. But what Oath Keepers is about, and all of you that are here are Oath Keepers. You just didn't know it. Because what we do is we, as Oath Keepers, took an oath to the Constitution of the United States, just like you guys did. So, but we are a nonpartisan association. We are not a militia. You'll hear a lot of things on the news and the media about Oath Keepers being a militia. We're a national organization like the Legion, so we are not a militia. But what we are trying to do is hold our government accountable to the Constitution. You may have seen some of us guarding the recruiting stations around East Texas. About 3 months ago, I took a trip over to Longview, and there were 2 disabled veterans, both Iraqi veterans, that after the attack happened in Chattanooga, the 2 of them went to church together, and they got together and said, hey, we need to do something. And the Oath Keepers had stepped up and started guarding the recruiting stations. And thank you. Because for whatever reason, our military service members are not allowed to carry a firearm when they're on duty, which is ludicrous. As many of you know, those rules changed several years ago, and we're doing those protect the protector missions because we want to shed light on the fact that these guys are running around, serving their country in the United States, and they cannot be armed, and that's ridiculous. They should be able to protect themselves, whether they're on duty in a recruiting station or on post at a military facility or in combat in Afghanistan or Iraq or wherever they are. And we want to bring light to that. There's also been several missions that the Oath Keepers have done to protect private property rights. You may have heard about Bundy Ranch several months ago. The BLM, or Bureau of Land Management, is trying to seize land unlawfully. And we want to shed light on that because they're depriving those landowners of their due process. They have a right to their day in court. And so what the Oath Keepers have done, those folks called Oath Keepers and said, hey, will you help us? And so that's one of our missions that we're doing. The BLM right now is also trying to seize land up on the Red River. I don't know if any of y'all have heard about that or not. I got an email yesterday that Governor Abbott had written a letter to the head of the BLM in Washington, D.C., and to date has not received a response. So that's another thing that's happening right here in Texas. So we're standing in the gap. We have not set up a mission to go help that gentleman yet, but it could come to that. Another thing that we're doing is a program called Community Preparedness Teams. And I'm going to let Joe speak to that. Before Joe and I met, he had been working with a group in Wood County preppers, getting, storing up food and supplies and doing medical training. And Oath Keepers has a program called Community Preparedness Teams. I've got some brochures on it if any of y'all are interested. But what we're trying to do is form local chapters in each county. Wood County was one of the first in Texas to get formed and organized. And so that if a natural disaster happens, if the sheriff of that county needs help with a posse, he can call on us as Oath Keepers to help with those missions. Or if it's a fundraiser, I know Joe and some other group in Wood County, they have worked with the Lions Club some and are going to start networking with the Lions Club. And we would also like to partner with the Legion in our local communities because you guys have a vast amount of knowledge, and we'd like to network with you guys as well so that everybody can share their knowledge and ultimately stand on the Constitution and hold our government accountable to stick to the Constitution. And with that, I'm going to let Joe speak. Thank you.
I feel like one of the kids that you're going to have that has 5 minutes to pull it all together. I guess that's about how this is working. What we as Oath Keepers have is, again, Kenneth mentioned CPT, the Community Preparedness Team. We are basically our own FEMA. If you're going to wait on FEMA, you're going to wait a couple of days. You don't need to wait a couple of days. You need to be able to do it on your own. And have your own organizations, such as this organization, Lions Club, and other organizations that already have this stuff together. I met a few years ago when I first got into preparedness with a couple of ladies who were into canning. And I was recently single, so I thought it was a neat thing to start. I've now gotten into canning. We've got the full CPT network. As Northeast Texas Preppers, we started out as a group of preppers. We then branched to a network of preppers. We're now national. We've got friends all over the country. Things that we do fit into the box that Kenneth was talking about with CPT. We've got advanced medical training. Security training is right in line with what the police departments are doing, all civilian based. A lot of people that we know, most of you have military training. A lot of it's been quite a bit updated. We do quite a bit of that. Engineering, if something happens, if we get to West Virginia where you can't touch the water, we've got people who can show you how to purify the water. Again, back into preparedness, having water on hand, having all of these things already there. Communications, should there be a problem like our hurricanes, tornadoes, ice storms that take everything down, we are helping to try to build networks and organizations to where, let's say something happens around Carthage, first we have to get people across Carthage talking. And then we have to get a specific person in Carthage to talk to somebody out of Carthage to bring help in. You cannot rely on the standard networks of cellular networks and the other networks that you have. So that's what CPT is we're not waiting for FEMA. We run the government doesn't run us. So we're there to take care of ourselves at the bottom. We are the militia, as far as, not the way everybody calls it a militia, but we are the groundwork for this country. One of the big things that me and Ken like to say is, this is what we are about, this Constitution right here. And we teach this, and we read this to people, and I just recently spoke at a Tea Party meeting up in Wood County, and I had to explain to them that the Tea Party and other organizations like the Tea Party, they are the arm of the Constitution. They're the ones out there teaching it and talking about it and working it from the political side. We, again, are nonpartisan. We don't get into the political aspects of it. But when somebody steps outside of this, we are the sword at the end of that arm. We are there to stand there and protect people's rights under the Constitution. Right now, the Wood County chapter is in the middle of an operation. I don't know if you've all heard about it. In Hawkins, Texas, there is a sign that says, "Jesus welcomes you to Hawkins." There's now signs like that all over the state. Okay? The city council has decided to pull that sign down. Thank you. We have been there for almost a month, every night, all night long, protecting that sign, because we're protecting that landowner's right to have a sign on his property saying whatever he wants. The city says that it's on city property. They've showed us 3 different surveys that all say something different. The other day, we got a state survey that says that it is on private property, and that the easement that they discussed was given back to the landowners 15 years ago. So it's kind of a moot point. We are staying on station until the sale of that property goes through to another landowner who also wants to keep the sign. So whether it be a sign, whether it be Ferguson, whether it be Bundy Ranch, whether it be a landowner's mineral rights in Oregon or Montana, this is what it's about. This is why we're here. This is why we do CPT, because we don't wait on the government waits on us. They work for us. We don't work for them. I talked to my local rep here from Mineola here a little while ago, and we've been talking about getting with other organizations such as the Legion, because we all are working towards the same thing. We want to start networking. We want to get our members. We want you to become our members, and we want to become your members. Okay? You guys have talked about everybody working together through your different chapters. That's what we're doing. We're not from the same chapter. He has an area of expertise that I'm very familiar with, but I run it in my chapter. He runs it for the district. We are all working very closely together. Like you all are talking about doing that, that's what we're doing. So we're all kind of trying to pull it all together the same way. So we're here, we've got paperwork, we've got phone numbers. If y'all want to contact us, we'd like to see one of our chapters in every one of your counties. Just like you all have your chapters, and you've all been doing this a lot longer than we have. So just get with us. We appreciate everything y'all have done. We've all worn the same boots as y'all, and we appreciate everything y'all have done. Thank you for giving us some time.